I'm going to talk to you a little bit today about PCAP design flexibility and the importance of being able to customize your design to achieve an optimal user experience in vertical applications. I'm going to pick a few of those specific verticals for which we manufacture custom PCAPs and talk about how you use design flexibility to create the best and optimum performance. Ocular specializes in all-glass PCAP construction. So we do what's called a glass-glass or GG sensor. So we have our ITO electrodes are patterned on glass versus film. The reason that we specialize in glass is because the customers that we serve prefer some of the properties that come with an all-glass sensor, including superior optical properties. With all glass, you get really high optical transmittance, low haze, and of course we have our low-vis ITO process. And then also by using multiple layers of laminated glass, you can create really strong and rugged solutions. We've also announced this year our new Crystal Touch Edge series, which we have samples at the booth if you want to come look. And it's a true single-layer, multi-touch, projected capacitive glass sensor. So you can have a single layer of glass as a touch sensor or a single layer of glass with a decorative cover lens. You can customize the thickness of the ITO glass that's used, which not only affects the mechanical strength of the stack, but also influences the capacitive coupling between the electrodes, which allows you to tune it specifically for certain environments. You can change the conductivity, the resistivity of the ITO on the glass. With glass, you can achieve much lower resistances while still having good optical quality versus film, because it obviously can handle much higher heat in the sputtering process. And then finally, the selection of controllers, what controllers you're using, what its capabilities are in terms of custom configuring, how it handles noise, palm rejection, water resistance, things of that nature. And then, of course, how you mount the controller. Are you mounting it on flex, where there's a space-critical application, or mounting it on a discrete PCB? There's controller tuning, which is in any application you're going to be setting the many multitude of parameters that controllers have for fine-tuning the controller for that particular application. Let's talk about outdoor and marine. I'd just like to mention that Ocular just won a 2014 ECM Impact Award for our Crystal Touch PCAP touch panel designed for outdoor and marine applications. What are some of the design requirements for an outdoor and marine touch panel? Well, first of all, it's got to work well in bright sunlight. So you want sunlight readability and ultraviolet resistance. So some of the key parameters that you want are reduced reflections. You want the ability to view the touch panel and see what's on the screen wearing polarized sunglasses in outdoor environments. And you don't want the materials in your touch panel to yellow over time. One of the other big design requirements is, of course, water and saltwater resistance. And you're going to custom tune and design your touch panel depending on your application. So some applications, particularly if it's a control system for a ship or involved in any control features, you absolutely, under no circumstances, want false touches. So you're going to specifically design your touch panel and tune it so that you do not get false touches. Finally, of course, durability. Anything that's outdoors, especially something like an outdoor interactive kiosk, you're going to want good impact resistance, and even in some cases, you're going to need vandal proofing. So what are the things we can customize on a PCAP to meet these design requirements? Well, first of all and foremost is the saltwater resistance, which you're going to achieve that by your electrode pattern and how you design your electrodes. Obviously, the controller tuning, how you set the various parameters within the controller, and then the touch panel architecture itself, the stack up, the materials, the thicknesses, the spacing of the electrodes is going to affect your coupling and how the touch panel can differentiate between fingers and saltwater. You've got a variety of cover glass options. Most important are going to be the cover glass treatments. You're going to want anti-glare or anti-reflective or some combination of the two to reduce reflections in sunlight applications. Next, I'm going to move on to medical. Talk about some of our medical applications. Typical examples of medical are medical grade displays, patient check-in, human and machine interface for medical equipment, and then also patient wearables and medical tablets. What are the design requirements for medical? Some of the big requirements are optical clarity, particularly with medical grade displays where you're going to be reviewing imaging results. You do not want a touch overlay that is going to dim or obscure the image, especially given the cost of a lot of medical grade displays. You're going to want to be able to operate with multiple layers of medical gloves. You're going to want to be compatible with a saline environment and other biological fluids. Good durability, and in the case of portables specifically, you're going to want low power and lightweight. The mechanical stack up, where you need something that's extra rugged, especially something that's going to be maybe in the field used by EMTs. You're going to want multiple layers of glass, chemically strengthened glass. You can strengthen the individual layers. And then the opposite of that, in the case of patient wearables, we have our new Edge line where you get good optical quality, good durability, but it's also lightweight and thin. Moving on to point of sale. Some of the examples would be payment and signature capture, order entry systems for the retail and service industry. Design requirements for PCAPs in this market are good optical clarity, good abrasion resistance, particularly for payment terminals, and durability, stylus support, and then overall PCAP durability. Some of the things that we can customize for this type of PCAP. The cover glass, again, in a public signature capture type terminal, now there's more and more menus. They ask you, do you have a rewards card? Do you want to donate to this? Do you want to? So you're constantly touching the screen. It's in a public environment. Everybody's touching it. It's certainly nice for vendors to be able to offer an antimicrobial option, just to quell some of the public's concern about bacteria on public use touchscreens. And finally, industrial control and building automation. A couple examples of this are manufacturing equipment, office and building automation, inventory control and management, such as handheld scanners. The design requirements for such a PCAP include being very rugged and impact resistant, being able to operate in a wide temperature range and be used with gloves. And again, as with the marine environments, you're going to custom tweak your touch panel depending on the environment. And then with inventory control and handheld scanning type equipment, you're going to want it to be lightweight, yet still strong with good optical qualities. And then with the inventory control type devices, there's like a lightweight single layer or crystal touch edge line, which I've mentioned. Thank you very much.